Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Larkin.
Hello everyone, my name's Stephen, and yes, this is as tall as I've ever been. I quite like doing stand-up, mainly for one reason: it's the only time I get to look over people's heads. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Well, yeah, so I am actually 22. The bartender doesn't believe this fact, but it is true. Like, I know I look quite young, and I do get in trouble. Like, it's kind of hard for me to get into some places, like clubs or bars or PG films. But occasionally I can sort of find a way in. So I was in this bar the other week. I was chatting to this girl, and things were going well. You know, it was chat back and forth. We were laughing. You know, the usual sort of thing of getting stuck in. You know. But as we were chatting together, she sort of stopped, and so she like grinned to herself, and she went to me. Do you know you look like you could be in One Direction? I have no idea what to do with this fact. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I don't know. I'm really hoping it's a bad thing, simply for the fact that I didn't get with this girl. So I'm really hoping that she just despises One Direction so much that the fact that I reminded her of this band just repulsed her completely, rather than the more true fact of I'm probably so bad at women that the fact I look like I'm in a band that women actually throw themselves at still couldn't help me. Yeah, like, I'm just not really good with women at all. Like, I really don't get women. Oh, thanks. But I just don't get dating. Like, that's the big thing. I never know where to bring a girl on a date. Like, a comedy club is a good sort of spot. Like, it's good, it works. You'd think as a comedian I would know this, but the last day I went on, I decided to take her to the movies. Now, a comedy club is sort of, it's a relaxed atmosphere, there's laughter, there's alcohol. In a movie theatre, it's dark, you can't talk, and you're basically just looking at pictures of really good looking people doing really fun shit and hoping to build a rapport with the person beside you through osmosis. It's not ideal. I still fucked that up. Because not only did I bring her to the cinema, I brought her to see The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, for those of you who don't know what's so bad about that, imagine everything that's wrong with the 80s and crank it up to 11 and make that go on for 3 hours. Like, there's nothing in this film that's good for a date. There's gratuitous amounts of sex, just naked people everywhere. Jonah Hill is in it. There's just nothing that screams like a good date. Now, normally on a Friday, I don't mind sitting in a dark room looking at videos of naked women, but it doesn't make a good date. So needless to say, there wasn't a second one. And to be honest, if she'd been sitting at the aisle seat, there probably wouldn't have been a first. So when I do comedy, like, I try not to invite too many friends. Like, it's nice having an audience, but your friends tend not to be those honest people to you. Like, they're very supportive, like, they'll come along, but they tend to not really be honest. Like, you never know how well you did. Like, 'cause regardless, they're always going to come up to you at the end and go, "That was great." Just always. But there's always the subtext of them going, "That was great. Please don't ever invite me again." It's always, and I've been trying to work out sort of what could you say that wouldn't make it sound like that. But I kind of realised you don't need to say anything. You just need to add a bit onto it. You just need to add like a little sentence onto it. So whenever you're being dragged along to a friend's sort of gig or whatever, at the end of it, when you want to go up and say, "That was great," just do this. Go, "That was great. I wasn't expecting that." Because that always implies that they always thought you were going to be shit. But you weren't as shit as they thought. There's still the whole sort of thing underneath of, "Please don't ever invite me again," though. But that's still there. Like, but that phrase kind of works in a lot of places. Probably not after sex, though. You really don't want to be lying next to the person and they sort of turn to you and go, "That was great. I wasn't expecting that. Please don't never invite me again." So yeah, like, I do have like a small group of friends, like we hang out, like I've known them for years and years and years. And we go on this sort of, we go into one of our mates' sort of holiday houses in Offaly. Well, I say house, it's more of a mound of concrete that's in a field. Like, it's one of the only 3 places in the world that Google Maps can't show you. There's the Forbidden Palace in China, all of North Korea, and this little shack in Offaly. It's an extremely remote little place. But there's another reason we don't go down there, and that's the nearest town. It's a place called Road, derived from the Irish bower. I'm pretty sure that's correct, but I did nearly fail leaving sort of ordinary Irish, so bear with me. But yeah, this sounds like great. It's your typical rural Irish town, insofar that it's a crossroads that a bunch of people decide to build a town on and just hope for the best. Like, it actually kind of has this weird north-south divide in it. It's kind of like Dublin, but on a much, much smaller scale. Like, when you go there, you'll sort of get off the bus, and like on one side there'll be the local pub, and the church that's connected to the pub, and the supermarket. Actually, the supermarket is technically the pub itself. And on the other side of the road, you'll have the other local pub, the post office, and the Chinese takeaway, run by a real Chinese man. I'm pretty sure he's Chinese. Either that, or he's the strongest Offaly accent you've ever heard in your life. Okay, so I've only got like one more bit to do. So, I just graduated from college, I just finished college, and I did an arts degree. I just realised once I got how useless that is. Like, I don't even qualify for the dole with an arts degree. There are heroin addicts who get the dole. I am less desirable to society than a heroin addict, apparently. But the degree was in music, so they are kind of right on that front. But I decided, since I do music, I can probably go busking. You know, make a little money. The problem with busking is you need to like know sort of songs people are going to listen to. People are going to want to listen, so they sort of hang around and sort of throw you if you could. The problem with that is I don't know pop songs at all. Like, I don't know anything about Lady Bieber or Blues Patrol or the Black Eyed Rihanna. It just goes to show you how much I'm into pop culture that that's a 5-year-old reference, and I still think it's new. But yeah, so I went to like ask all the mates, like, what should I play? Like, what would be a good thing to play? And all their advice is basically boiled down to one thing: don't play Wonderwall. And after about the 5th or 6th friend who said this, it finally dawned on me that Wonderwall's an actual song, and not just something drunk people shout on an acoustic guitar. I've been seeing Larkin, now you can.
Guys, if anybody got the Spinal Tap reference in that set, you can officially consider yourself good people. Anyone else?